Welcome to our first meeting of the what we call the summer of DiscoBots. School hasn't ended yet, but we're planning our summer activities. My name is Andy Lynch. I'm one of the volunteer mentors, and we're just going to go over the program and our plans for the different events. So we obviously have a lot of different schools involved with the DiscoBots. We'll go over those. I want to talk about finance, possibly parts, tools, schedule, and some other items. So, school wise, Lamar is the original DiscoBots team. Carnegie Vanguard has pretty much been with us since 2010, so they're pretty close to the original as well. Westside is the newer big program. It's been with the team for at least 3 years now, and they are a really big component of the FRC group. And DeBakey is pretty small, but they are really moving in the right direction. Have some good leadership this year, and are looking for the future. We do have some homeschool students that were doing some IQ stuff last year, or I guess right at the end of the spring, and they're looking to move up to the FRC program. So that's going to be something we've done in the past, but we haven't done it very much recently. So that should be interesting. And then if you have other schools that we want to add, especially the ones that are nearby in Houston ISD, this is a good time to talk to us and look at it and see if it's something we can add. Because we're pretty open. We've always had many different schools involved in many different locations. So it's something we're used to. It just takes a little time to set up and get, organized. So FRC was the original program that we started with the DiscoBots in 2008. We added VEX just like a year later, and so we've been doing FRC VEX for a long time. Westside has a pretty interesting drone program that's not really affiliated with the DiscoBots, but we have done drone competitions maybe probably once or twice. Didn't stick with it, but it's something we can always talk more about. I know people are interested in drones. And then we have done some combat, which is like very small, like 3D printed robots that are maybe like 1 pound, 3 pound. They're very small, very light, easy, like individual projects that we've done in the past, but we haven't really done too much in the last year. And then our outreach program is stuff that's really not robots, but it's, how do we grow? How do we help other schools? And think about, just the overall impact that our organization has. So those are our main pillars of what we do with the DiscoBots. Competitions and then outreach. So we do need to highlight all our seniors that are leaving. I'd like to do something on social media to talk about where they're going to school, that kind of thing, and then move them over to alumni list and take them off a lot of our servers. I would like to get some more feedback from people about what they think about some of our alumni, because I know they're pretty heavy on the Discord servers. Sometimes they're good, sometimes it can be a little confusing. So, let's think about the best place for alumni to help us out. And then we're going to clean out Slack and Discord, and we're going to set up a new roster and application for all the new season. So we'll need to get that all squared away and sent out to people. So in terms of finance and fundraising, how does all this work? We've set up a lot of sponsorships with different companies to keep the team afloat. I would say most of that is focused on FRC sponsorships. We've yet to really identify any great relationships for VEX programs. So all the VEX stuff that we have is essentially just a tail end of our FRC program where we have extra money and we can help grow the VEX parts and equipment and the registration fees. Without the FRC program, we would not have anywhere near the money that we have to continue all our other robotics things. So it's always important to highlight that, because I know a lot of kids don't even understand what FRC is. They've never done it, but they do need to realize that it kind of keeps our whole organization running. So we really need to do it well and send thank you letters to sponsors and make sure our social media and other things identify that. And then we need to look at like the grants and other sponsors and start putting together a budget for next year. So in terms of tools and parts, Lamar has the best workshop area, and then Westside has a very nice workshop area as well. There's a lot of different tools that we use, and I think a lot of people have been to these places. Maybe not very many to Westside, but we have things like laser cutters. We have a CNC cutter at Lamar. We need to think about other stuff. Do we want to add an additional drill press? Do we want to have a bandsaw? A few years ago, Carnegie used to have a proper drill press, a proper bandsaw, but we've really struggled for a space at Carnegie to keep the tools, to keep the field. Maybe one day we can add some of those things back, and I think it's something we should consider. But right now we've been struggling to keep the administration to do space stuff right now. So that's been a bit of a challenge, just to have a dedicated area. But we do want to start thinking about what else do we need. What is the next tool? What is the next 3D printers? And get all that organized this summer, so when we really start building, we don't have to think about buying tools and getting them all tested and working. The other concern that people have highlighted to me is that with a lot of the discussions with like tariffs, there's confusion about when parts are going to be available. So we are really looking hard about ordering a bunch of things that we usually don't order this time of year, but ordering very early to make sure we have a good stock. So if things really dry up in terms of parts because of import restrictions and tariffs, then we are not going to be sitting, and scrambling to try to find parts. So that's one thing we're really going to look at carefully in the next few weeks. Let's see here. So let's talk about schedule. So we just got a new game reveal. I'm happy to talk about some of the new Vex game that just came out. And then we have TRI is the first major event we have for FRC this summer, which is at the end of June. And everyone's welcome to this. It's pretty much just a way to use our existing robot and get a lot of new people to just see what this is and get an experience for it. So it's not going to take a lot of prep because the robot we have is already working. It just needs to be tested, and new people need to be taught how to use it. But it's a really good event. It's a weekend event, so it's going to be at least a 2-day thing, and put it on your calendar. I know we've talked about some summer camp projects at Carnegie, Westside, and Lamar. So we need to put those on the schedule. I don't know exactly if they're in July. They might be in some other times, but we're going to try to keep that organized and make sure all the new people are learning things over the summer. Typically, there'll be another FRC off-season event in September. There might be another one as well. We're going to kind of keep that posted and get a lot of opportunities if they're here in Houston. And then October is typically when our Vex official events start. And we usually host the first event at Lamar. And we're planning to do that again this year. So we'll put that on the calendar and we'll get everyone organized. And even if you're not doing Vex on a team, we really want to get our whole organization out to this so we can volunteer at it, judges, and get the event running smoothly. Another thing we throw on the calendar is a cadathon. Cedric did that last year, and he's done it I think for almost 2 years now. And it's a really important thing to get everyone's CAD skills. It's just online CAD challenge. And then for first season, it kicks off in January. But there's a lot of prep and other things happening for FRC up till January to get everyone ready. So we really don't want people waiting around till January to just start. We want them to start now and start learning, and that goes for Vex first, any robotics activities. So we're almost done with this, and then we'll kind of get into discussion afterwards. So what is outreach? What is impact? It's not really highlighted much in the Vex process, but for FRC, they give an impact award to the team that has the most impact on their community and their outreach, and it really has nothing to do with robotics. It has a lot more to do with your organization and how your organization is doing. So that's an important part of it. Can you stop?
I don't touch me in the fly.
Okay, well, I'm on a call. Can you stop for a second? I have a lot of kids that tend to need my attention, so hold on a second there. But so getting back to the topic of impact. So why do we do this? FRC Impact Award is kind of the highest honor, and if you win the Impact Award at just a standard event, it qualifies you to state championship. And if you win at the state championship, it qualifies you to go to the world championship. And if you win at the world championship, you become Hall of Fame. It's like the highest honor you can get in FRC. Now, have we ever won the award in our, almost 20-year history? No, not quite. But we've been pretty close, and it's something that we are going to keep striving for because it'll help our organization grow and improve, and it'll also just make us a better team. So that's really important to us, and we're going to keep trying for this. And if you're interested in helping with this, some things that we do is YouTube videos like this that we're recording now, social media. We try to get a lot awareness of what we're doing to new members, to their schools, and then we have done quite a bit of data projects to run recording of videos and posting of videos, that kind of thing, of like matches. So that's always a helpful things to lots of teams. So that's mostly what I wanted to just give a survey on, like how our organization works and what we're planning to do. And I don't think we're going to go into much detail beyond that right now, except for more of a discussion form. So I think we'll stop our basic recording, and then we'll just have kind of Q&A to talk about things that we want to do as an organization.